video is going to be a first impressions get ready with me on the brand called Odens. So we are going to be trying out a bunch of stuff from this brand. I have the Odens Freja Diva palette, which is an eyeshadow palette. I have the Odens Solame Highlighter palette. This, first off, look at this artwork. Like, can you even, like, literally just so beautiful. So obviously we're going to start with the eyeshadow palette, and then I also have the blush, which is so cute with this little fairy on it, and the lipstick from both from the Alva collection, and they have like little fairies on them. So I am super excited to try out everything. I've only been able to swatch everything. This came like late in the day yesterday, like around like 4:30, and I had already done my makeup earlier in the day with the Red Velvet Cupcake palette. So I am dying to dive into these products. So we're going to start out with the Freja Diva Eyeshadow palette. So let's just jump right in. So we're going to open it up. Okay, so first off, here are the 12 shades in the Freja Diva palette. I just want to show you guys what it looks like. I want to show you guys a close-up. Look how freaking beautiful this is. Does this not scream colors for Caitlin? I don't know what does, but literally these are like my colors. So I'm super excited to try these out today. So we're just going to jump right in. So the first shade I'm going to go into is this like peachy color, of course, which is called... The print is so... The only thing that I don't love about this is that the print of the actual names are so freaking tiny on where the eyeshadow pans are. Like, the names are so microscopic that it's really hard to read them. So I'm just going to point at them, and I'm going to butcher every single name if I try to pronounce them. So, yeah. So, anyway, let me not use that mirror. Let me go into the actual mirror I use. I'm going to use my little Barbie mirror. So there are 5 mattes and 7 shimmers in this palette. Some of them, I'm just going to dip into this shade in my ColourPop with my ColourPop brush, and we're just going to start working it in the crease. So there are 5 mattes and 7 shimmers. There are some different finishes to the shimmers. Some of them are just regular shimmer finishes, and then some of them are pressed like glitters. But what I've heard about their glitters is that they are so finely milled that they basically just feel like a glitter shadow. Like, they don't feel like gritty or anything like that. So I'm super excited to dive into those at some point too. We're not going to be playing with those today. So let's just jump into the eye look now. So far this shade is blending out beautifully. It pretty much builds up really well, very buttery, very smooth, gorgeous. Have absolutely no problems with this shade so far, and the matte formula seems to be extremely soft. After I swatched them yesterday, I was so impressed. I was like, I know that this formula is going to be great on the eyes, and I was not wrong. So let's just keep on blending that out. So I'm going to skip like my face makeup and only like go into like the Odens eye products, because that's obviously what you guys are here for. So most of my YouTube friends have been pushing me to try this brand for a while. They have been on my list for a while, but the reason why I decided to take the plunge and actually try them finally is because this eyeshadow palette is actually supposed to be discontinued, I think, by tomorrow. Today's July 9th, and I think this might be the last day you can get it. I'm not 100% sure. So for the like deepening shade, I think I'm going to go into the orange. I wanted to use this one, but I feel like that'll be a little bit too dramatic for what I'm doing today. You know what? Let's just do it. We're going to go into this like darker, oh my god, that's so pigmented. It's like this really, really beautiful like orangey warm red shade, and we're going to use that as the defining shade in my crease area. And I'm just going to take that. So far, these are blending so beautifully. But yeah, that's the reason why I decided to order the other things and this palette from Odens, because I didn't want to miss out on getting this palette, and they were actually running it for half price last week. Now the palette is back to full price, but last week I got it for $16. So it was the only thing that I got on sale, and then I used a discount code from Angelica Nyquist. So I got like an extra 10% off the order, so I didn't think it was too bad. Because if I didn't use that without the half price on the eyeshadow palette, it would have been like almost $100. So I did save a decent amount of money, so I thought it was worth it. Because yeah, when do we not want to save money? So I decided to pick it up. I don't know why the palette is back to full price now though, especially since they're going to discontinue it. But you know, it is an indie brand, so they have to make money where they can, obviously, but honestly, like, everything was so beautifully packaged, beautifully wrapped. I feel like bigger brands need to take notes on how well they wrap their packaging. Also, because if something happens to like an indie brand's order, it is very hard for them to replace things for you, because since they are a smaller brand, they're not like just like Sephora where they can just send the whole order to you again or send that product to you, because Sephora and Ulta are obviously huge brands and they can just send it whenever they can. But with a smaller brand, I think that's why it was so well wrapped, because if anything breaks, it's very hard for them to replace it for you. But I was just blown away on how well and compacted and everything was wrapped. It was just amazing. It was like bubble wrap within bubble wrap. It was just great. So nothing broke. And literally every single product from Oden's Eye had a plastic wrap on it, like over the actual product. So, and was wrapped in bubble wrap, and then it was also in a box within a box. So everything was wrapped amazingly. Okay, so for the outer corners, I'm going to go into this brown shade. And this is the only shade I can pronounce so far. And it's called Bon. So that's the only one I'm going to try and pronounce. And I'm going to use that on the outer corners. I'm pretty sure this is deep enough for me to deepen up the look. But I also kind of like it's a bit lighter. But these are blending just beautifully together so far. I just don't know if this brown is deep enough. I'm going to mix it a little bit with the shade above it and see if that helps a little bit more. Yeah, I do like that. I like how it's kind of lighter. And I'm going to do the same on this eye. I am experiencing a little bit of kick up with the mattes, which doesn't really bother me because, again, if there's no fallout on the eyes, I don't really mind a little bit of kick up in the pan. Honestly, it's way better than ColourPop's kick up. Sometimes there's too much kick up in ColourPop for me to handle, because sometimes it is really annoying. Because they can get into like the other shades in the palette and it's like not cute. Okay, so far I really like how this is looking. I just want to fix up the crease shades a little bit, and then we'll go into the lid shade. Okay, and then for the lid shade, we're going to go into this deeper red right here, which is called Jewel, so I can pronounce that one too. So we're going to take that beautiful, like, shimmery dark red, and we're going to put that all over the lid. I've heard that their shimmers are, like, super buttery, and this seems to be no exception. That is really, really pretty. I don't know why I'm brain farting on saying pretty. That is beautiful, though. Yeah, that's gorgeous. Yes, very, very pretty. I'm going to try and drag it out because I want to see if I can apply that matte shade over this so that I can make it a little bit deeper. Because I learned that trick from Angelica Nyquist, that if a matte shade is not deep enough, that you drag the shimmer over your entire lid and then put the matte shade on top. So that's what I'm going to try and do with this. I don't know why I'm so anxious today. Doing anything outside the house anymore makes me so anxious. Like, I'm just one of those people that are like such a homebody now, and I'm just like, can I just stay home all day? Like, that's how I felt recently. So has anybody felt more anxious, even more anxious going out this year than last year? Because, like, things are still kind of crazy right now. Even though more people are getting vaccinated, I still have this, like, fear of people. I don't know about you guys, but I still feel that way. Not that I haven't been seeing people and, like, seeing some friends because of everything that happened last month. But it's, like, just been a little bit more nerve-wracking to see people still. Okay, so I'm just going to take that shade or those shades from that we tried to put on the outer corners because, like, I feel like I still need more. Okay, that's better. And that is a super, super smooth shade. All right, so now let's try and see if I can get this to be a bit darker. Not really. But it is blending really nice. It is going over it pretty easily too. So I do like that. It's just a bit light. Yeah, it is a bit light. I might need something to deepen it up more. Okay, well, so far I really love how these blended. They're beautiful. But I think I'm going to take a little bit of Cloud 9 from ColourPop. Or actually, I don't think this is Cloud 9. I think that this is Hot Chocolate from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just going to take that to deepen it up a bit more. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's definitely deepening it up more than I needed it. I mean, that's deepening up like I wanted it to be. If I could speak English. Yeah, that's more so what I wanted. Never fails to take like a chocolatey brown on the outer corners. Those other shades just weren't deep enough for me, but I'm probably going to use those on the lower lash line. Or use them in like a more neutral look with this palette. I just wanted to play with like the warmer tones today because they were kind of calling my name. But that's definitely deeper and more so where I wanted it to be. Yeah. Okay. So let's just pop on my brow bone highlight and then we'll jump into the rest of the products. Okay, so I just did my complexion products. So I used my MAC Fix Plus in the Cucumber, which you guys know how much I love that. And then I used the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Primer. I am trying to use up this primer, so I'm going to try and use it as much as possible. And then for my face, I used the Fenty Beauty Easy Skin Tint in the shade 1. I haven't used it in a little while, and I wanted something a little bit more matte today. And I just love how this looks on the skin. And then for my concealer, a lot of people sleep on this concealer, but this is one of my go-tos, and this is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Fair Beige. It's so good, you guys. And then for my setting underneath my eyes, I just used the Becca Hydra Mist. And then for some reason, I put away my Wet n Wild powder yesterday, so just to set my face, I used the Dior Backstage. And now we're going to go back into the Freja Diva palette, and we're going to do the lower lash line. For the lower lash line, I think I'm just going to take these two colors and smudge them on the lower lash line. So that's what we're going to do. just to make it a bit more deeper brown. And it's like a warmer tone brown, so I think they'll be really pretty underneath. Yeah, I really like that actually. And then I'm trying to think about what I want for the inner corners, but I think I'm going to use like the warm peach shimmer. I think that'll be really pretty. I'm going to do the same over her. Is there any point in your makeup that you guys are just like, I wish my makeup was done now? Like, I love the process of doing my makeup, but once I get to like this point, like I love putting on like my complexion products, but once I get back to my eyes, I'm just like, can my makeup be done already? Like, I love again going through the process, but like sometimes I start getting antsy up to this part when I'm just like, can I just skip the steps and be done? But like I still enjoy every step of my makeup, but like sometimes I'm just like, okay already, you know? Does anyone else feel that way? I'm sure you guys do. And then for the inner corners, I'm going to take, like I said, that really beautiful peach shimmer shade. Cannot even pronounce that either, so I'm not going to try. And I'm going to put that on the inner corners. I know some people don't always do this, but I always just feel like it adds such a gorgeous pop to your look. I mean, sometimes not very often, but sometimes I do forget this step and I just feel like weird when I don't do it. Because it really adds like a beautiful pop. That's really, really pretty. And I'm going to do the same over here. The shimmers are just so damn buttery and pigmented. Really, really like them a lot. So far, I am super impressed with this formula. And I'm really excited to try the other products that I have. I did try on the lipstick last night. And I did swatch the highlight palette and the blush. So I'm really excited to apply them. Everything's swatched super buttery and beautiful. So I can tell I'm pretty much going to love everything from this brand. I mean, they're a really big up and coming brand, like really big up and coming brand right now. And I also think Cindy Grace is as well. Since Cindy Grace just did a collab with Temptalia, I'm hoping that, you know who I would love to do a collab with this brand? Besides Angelica Niquez, because I think she would be freaking perfect. Or, oh my god, the Fancy Face. That would be amazing. Because they both rave about Oden's Eye. But I also think one of the best creators for Oden's Eye would be Morgan Turner. Because she just started like falling in love with their products. But I just feel like she would create like the most beautiful like purpley toned palette. Because she loves purples. And I feel like she would be like a perfect fit for Oden's Eye. I know I'm like just blending out my eyeshadows on camera, but hey, why not? Okay, so now I'm going to do my mascara and everything, and then we'll jump into the other products. So we're just going to do bronzer and the other products together. So I'm going to do the Milani Dolce bronzer, because you guys know how much I love this bronzer. I'm just going to use that to bronze up my skin. I am really loving how the eye look turned out. I think that these shadows are stunning. They blended gorgeously, and I cannot wait to create more looks with it. My Moira order also came yesterday, and I also got an eyeshadow palette, blushes, and a highlight with that, so I have to test those products out tomorrow. But since I ordered the Oden's Eye first, and I was kind of dying to dip into the Oden's Eye, I was like, I need to try their products first. So we got a bunch of first impressions videos to film. Okay, so now we're going to jump into the blush, and this is the Alva Fruit Blusher from Oden's Eye, and I got it in the shade Apricot Girl. You guys knew I had to get like a peachy shade because, doy, they're like my favorite shades to wear. I'm not really too much of like a everyday pink blush wearer. I mean, I love pink blushes, but I don't wear them like on an everyday basis. I mostly stick with peach blushes or like basic nude colors. So this is what the Apricot Girl blush looks like. So freaking pretty. Cannot wait to put this on. Hopefully it's not too pigmented, so I'm just gonna take a little bit and tap it off. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my god, that actually is pretty damn pigmented. I barely dipped my brush and it's coating my whole cheek. All I did was boop. I swear, some of these blushes these days are just so damn pigmented. But that is like so super smooth and buttery. Holy crap. And I'm going to do the other side. But I love how this blends out on the skin. It's really, really pretty. Just need a tiny bit more right here. That is pigmented though. Holy crap. I didn't think it was going to be that pigmented. But it does blend out really, really nice. For me, I've always taken my blush like more blown out up towards the hairline. That's just like how I like to wear my blush. I know most people like putting it on the apples of their cheeks. For me, I've always liked putting it a little bit higher because I kind of feel like it lifts my cheekbones a little bit more. That's just me though. You can wear blush whatever way you want. Like wear it whatever way it makes you happy. This is just the way it makes me happy. So that is beautiful. Blended out. Really, that is just so pretty. This, I can tell this is going to be one of my go-to everyday blushes because I can already tell how much I love it. And it's like the perfect peach color for me. It's so pretty. Okay, and then for my highlights, I'm super excited because then we can jump into, that is not it. That's the outer packaging for the eyeshadow palette. So now we can go into the Solame Highlighter palette from Oden's Eye. Obviously, everything's from Oden's Eye that I'm trying, so I don't know why I keep on saying it. So this is the highlighting palette. I'm just going to take my brush and just clean it off a little bit. So let's open it up for you guys. So this is the 4-pan eyeshadow palette. It comes with this really, really pretty mirror, and then it comes with these 4 gorgeous shades. I'm honestly really torn as to which shade I want to use today. There's like a gold, a peachy champagne, this like light white champagne glittery beautifulness, and then like this duochrome like bluish color. I'm gonna stick with one of these two, but I don't know if I want to use the champagne shade or the gold. I think I'm gonna use the champagne-y shade though, just because we know we're feeling the peachy vibes today. So I'm going to take a little bit of that. I don't know how pigmented this is. It didn't really pick up that much on the brush, but I'm sure it's going to be really, oh my god. Wow, that is friggin' stunning. Holy crap. Ooh, that's so pretty. It is a little bit glittery, but it's stunning. And then I'm going to apply it over here too. It is very glittery. It kind of reminds me of the formula of the Urban Decay Stoned highlighter, but a little bit more smooth. Like it's glittery, but it has a little bit more like smoothness to it. The Urban Decay one is just like very, very glittery and doesn't really have like that smooth texture that most highlighters do, if you know what I'm talking about. If I'm not making any sense, just let me know, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about. Mostly like glittery highlights can be very just glittery and not too much like texture. So yeah, let's just see what it looks like. I don't know if I might spray it a little, but I don't think it really needs to be sprayed. Want to take a little bit more here, and I don't even think we need more on, but what I do want to do, I don't think we even need any more honestly, what I want to do, oh my god, is use that champagne-y shade and pop a little bit on over the inner corner highlight. Just to brighten it up a little bit more. Yes, that's super pretty. Ooh. Yeah, that kind of made it pop even more. That looks so pretty. Okay, I'm like super impressed with everything. I don't think I need to spray this though. I think it's definitely intense enough that we don't need to spray it. So I just used the peachy color and I think that's really pretty. Okay, and now I'm just going to spray my face and then we'll jump into the lipstick. I just used the no filter. No, not the no filter. The Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist from ColourPop. And then we'll jump into the lippy in a second. I'm just going to do my brows real quick. Okay, you guys. I just wanted to go through what I used for my eyeliner and everything. I forgot to do that. So for the liner on my waterline, I used the shade Brownie from Marc Jacobs. And then I just primed my lashes with my L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. And then I used the L'Oreal Air Volume Mascara. I haven't used this one in a little while, so I wanted to whip it out today. And then for my bottom lashes, like usual, I go into the Lash Discovery from Maybelline. And now we're going to go into the lipstick that I got. So this is the Alva Odens Eye Kiss of a Fairy lipsticks. And this is the Velvet lipstick in the shade L202 Light Peach. Again, of course, I had to get a peachy tone color because I'm so basic, but these are just the shades that I love wearing. So I wanted to try one of the like velvet matte finishes because at the end of the day, I really do love matte lippies. Like, I'm not too much of a cream lipstick girl. I really do love matte ones. I mean, I do love my creamy lipsticks too, but this just looked like such a beautiful shade. So we're going to use that today. Just going to apply it, no lip liner. Oh, that's so pretty. Sorry. I need to get out of here though, because I gotta pee. That is really nice. Let me just finish applying it. That is really beautiful, and I'm just going to finish applying it off camera, and then I'll wrap up with my final thoughts on everything. Okay, you guys, so this is the final look. So here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I really am so impressed with everything I tried. I can't believe how long that I waited to try this brand. I mean, everybody was like, why haven't you tried it yet? And I'm like, well, because I just don't want to overwhelm myself with too many products, because like as soon as I like test out something thoroughly, then like I'm receiving something else that I bought, and I'm just like probably gonna take a break from makeup right now for a while. For the next like couple of weeks. I usually like buy everything in like the beginning of a month, and then I kind of just, you know, relax a little bit for the rest of the month. But yeah, I'm just gonna take a break right now because I'm kind of getting pretty overwhelmed with everything, especially since I received the Odens Eye and the Moira all yesterday. So I really want to test out the palette and be thorough for you guys. But so far, I'm freaking so impressed with this palette. It's beautiful. The mattes are just so pretty on the eyes and they blend out beautifully. I'm really loving this warm shade in the crease. This shade right here, it just looks stunning. And then this shade blended beautifully as well. And then this one all over the lid. It's beautiful. And then I love the pops of the inner corners. with this shade and then these two shades on the lower lash line. I mean, it's just a beautiful, simple, warm tone eye, but it's just so pretty. Like, I love these tones, and the shimmer, again, is so super smooth on the eyes. No issues whatsoever, no skipping. It just goes on, and I just really, really love this look. It's beautiful. So I love this palette so far, and I can't wait to do more looks with it. And then as far as the blush goes, oh my god, so pretty on the cheeks. I love this shade so far. So buttery smooth and easy to blend out. I really, really love that as well. And then so far I've only tried one shade in this palette, in the highlighting palette. But so far I am super impressed with the color. And like, it's glittery, but it's so smooth on the skin and doesn't really emphasize any texture, and that's really hard to do with something. I mean, like, just, oh my god, the way that it reflects, it's so like skin-like, but it's like a glittery highlight, and that's very hard to do with glittery highlights. So it's just beautiful. I love it. You guys know how much I love highlighter, but so far I'm really impressed with this formula. And then as far as, again, the lipstick goes, beautiful, really beautiful shade, really nice formula, feels so comfy and buttery on the lips, and so far I'm freaking loving it. So yeah, in the shade Light Peach. And yeah, that's it, you guys. I'm obsessed with everything, and of course I love the complexion products I've been using for a while. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram at CBW819. Check out my Poshmark at the same handle, CBW819. See if you want to check out anything. We can work out a price. Let me know. And I'm just so obsessed with this stuff that I got from Oden's Eye. Please let me know if you've tried the brand. What are your favorite products from them? I would love to know. I know that Mary loves the Norns palette. I know that Debbie loves that palette as well. And after, you know, I mean, I've been eyeing them for a while, I think since last year. So since, again, this palette is going to be discontinued soon, I just decided to order it along with the other things that I wanted, because I wanted to get this palette because you guys know these are like my tones, and I just felt like I would use this palette the most out of the other palettes that were available. And yeah, I love you guys, and I hope you have a good day. Bye!